The legend of the skin weaver. In the small, sleepy town of Red Pines, Maine, fog rolled in thick every evening, swallowing the streets in a suffocating blanket of grey. It was the kind of town where everyone knew everyone, and secrets didn't stay buried for long. But no one could explain the terror that began on a cold autumn night. It started with whispers. Livestock found skinned in their pens, their flesh removed with surgical precision. The local sheriff, Jack Tully, tried to assure the town that it was nothing more than a predator, maybe a rogue bear. But when the first human victim was found, the truth became far more sinister. Mary Harlow, the town's beloved baker, was discovered hanging from a tree in the woods. Her body was stripped of its skin, her face frozen in a grotesque mask of terror. Sheriff Tully ordered a curfew, but the damage was done. Fear had already taken root. Then came the sightings. A tall, gaunt figure draped in patchwork flesh, moving silently through the fog. His eyes, sunken and lifeless, seemed to pierce through the darkness. Children whispered of the skin weaver, a monster who stole the flesh of his victims to cover his decaying body. Each night, the skin weaver claimed another victim. The schoolteacher, the blacksmith, even the mayor, all found skinned, their bodies left as grim warnings. Panic gripped the town, and families huddled together, praying the monster wouldn't come for them next. One night, Sheriff Tully gathered a group of townsfolk to hunt the creature. Armed with rifles and torches, they ventured into the woods. The fog seemed alive, thickening as they moved deeper, muffling their footsteps and swallowing their light. Then they heard it, a wet, dragging sound, followed by the faint rustle of leaves. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall and horrifying. His body was a grotesque quilt of stolen skin, stitched together with crude black threads. His hollow eyes locked onto them, and he let out a low, guttural growl. Chaos erupted. Gunshots rang out, but they only seemed to slow him. One by one, the hunters fell, their screams echoing through the woods. Sheriff Tully, wounded but alive, fled back to town, leaving behind the carnage. He barricaded himself in his office, clutching his rifle, as the skin weaver's haunting silhouette passed by the windows, his presence marked by the sound of dragging flesh. Then, as suddenly as it began, it was over. The fog lifted, and the skin weaver vanished. His final victim, a young girl named Claire, was found in the town square, her body untouched, but her face pale and lifeless. She had no marks, no signs of struggle, only wide, terrified eyes staring into nothingness. The town of Red Pines never recovered. Doors remained locked, and families fled. Sheriff Tully was left a broken man, haunted by the screams of his people. The skin weaver was never seen again, but his legend lived on. On foggy nights, some swore they could hear the faint sound of dragging footsteps and the soft whisper of flesh being stitched. And in the deepest shadows of the woods, his legacy waited, ready to weave again. If you have watched this till the end, please like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.